No, absolutely not.
Then go right
Hell
ahead.
no.
Just make.
All right.
Well, I'm just making sure, and also being
No.
facetious in a playful way. Yeah, go ahead.
Sure, fine. Like, the thing that gets me about Notch is that he always seemed to be a pretty open-minded dude, right up until the point that he got rich. And that it pretty much just opened that crack. And I'm just going to be very blunt with you as somebody who is on the autism spectrum. The dude is mad autistic, same as me. And I don't mean that as a slur. I mean legitimately, from my interactions with him over the course of about a year, he seemed incredibly naive and just willing to sign up with just about any ideology that would have him. And he always came across to me as somebody who just wanted to have a friend. And unfortunately, when you have millions, billions of dollars, depending on how you're built, like, that becomes very difficult to do. Like, he pretty much lives his life constantly in fear of whether or not somebody who is being genuinely kind to him is looking for a come-up, or whether they actually just want to be his friend. And so that is the perfect crack for the right wing to sort of start shoving that wedge into, going, hey, we'll accept you however you are. No matter how rich you are, no matter how poor you are. Of course it does matter if you're poor, because the right wing doesn't really give that much of a shit. But, you know, they sell this siren song to him. And as a person who only ever wanted just friendship, that ended up becoming attractive to him.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
he's like, and that's the problem that I have in terms of being able to say with any definitive terms that, you know, yes, he is a dyed-in-the-wool fascist, right-wing, you know, Nazi who, you know, is only ever going to be what he is.
But I've never said that.
You've got me on the back foot here, you know. You're right. You didn't say that.
I mean, I just don't.
He currently is that. What I'm trying to get across is that when people who have an enormous voice, as you do, cast off these admittedly true but non-qualified statements about the dude, it ends up empowering more people to rail against him even more. And the reality is that part of the reason why he sold Mojang in the first place is because people were abusing him online. And now, I get that from a purely rational standpoint.
Deservedly so.
Well, we can talk about that if you'd like.
Well, he created.
He was not a Nazi before he sold the company.
Wait, when did he sell Mojang?
He started Mojang in 2009.
Yeah, but when did he sell it?
He sold it in late 2014. It was announced internally in July 2014, and then finalized in November 2014.
I don't recall whether or not he had made negative statements before that point. So I can't
really started going off the rail after that point.
Well, okay, but like, you have to forgive, but like, boo-hoo. Billionaire.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
yeah, no.
And then far-right politics off of this. You know,
dude,
his story isn't unique. There are lots of like disaffected, lonely, like white boys out there who, you know, are terribly insecure and get lured in by whatever ideology tries to pull them in. But he's far wealthier and more powerful and in possession of more resources than the vast majority of people, perhaps all people in that position. And he still does his pity party bullshit, right?
And I actually agree with you on that.